everyone, Jeanette here with Bikini Pro News. Today I'm interviewing the 3-time Miss Bikini Olympia champ, doing her comeback to the Olympia stage this year, Ashley Kaltwasser. Welcome.
Hi there, what's up?
So let's take it back to 2015 when you got your title for the third time in a row. And then you came back 2016, you got fourth place. How did you feel?
Honestly, at that point, I felt like I needed a break. My prep for the 2016 Olympia, I just didn't have that enthusiasm anymore. I felt like I had a lot of pressure, and I didn't do so well under pressure, I guess. And I also felt like, you know, everyone's going for me because I won 3 times, and now what, you know? So I think it's then I realized time for a break, for sure. So since that show, I have taken a year and a half off. So yeah, it's going to be pretty exciting.
Nice.
Going to compete again soon.
And now you came back this year on fire, taking Mile High Pro, Vancouver Pro, and Battle of the Desert, correct?
Yes.
And were you expecting, I mean, we always go into the shows thinking we're going to get first place, right? That's our mindset. But how did it feel 3 times in a row getting first place?
Well, I never actually go into a show like assuming or expecting I'm going to win, because you never know what's going to happen. I think that by doing these 3 shows before Olympia, it was kind of a risk for like my mentality, my mindset. But I felt like I needed to do these 3 shows to kind of get back into the groove of things and kind of just get into the flow, because taking that time off stage, I'm a little rusty and my body might not prep the same way it has prepped before. You know, little things here and there has changed. So I thought it was probably a good idea to get back on there and, you know, at least 3 times do a show before I compete on the big stage.
Of course.
And I felt like I had to earn it back in a way.
So
I had to, you know, make a statement, earn it back. So by taking those 3 shows and doing them, it was a risk to me, because if I didn't do well in those shows, it would kind of like mentally I'd be like, oh, and I'm about to compete, but I didn't do so well at my last show. So
now
I'm good now. I'm like, all right.
Focus on Olympia.
Now it's time to Olympia.
5 weeks out.
I'm 4 weeks out now.
4 weeks out now. Yeah, tomorrow's Monday. Crazy how time flies. So what are you doing different from this prep that you didn't do or that you did back in 2015, 2016?
Well, I have a new coach, Adam from Team Elite Physique, and he has been taking like the scientific approach to things. So I got my blood work done. I found out I had thyroid issues earlier in the year, which is why I couldn't compete at the Arnold. So it was a long prep, but you know, blood work, my body fat scans, which I've never done before, even monitoring things like that, and my calorie intakes to the T, that makes a big difference. It really does. I've upped my cardio for my prep this year, and by upping it, I don't mean adding time onto it. I've just been more frequently doing HIIT sessions, which has been really good for my body. I've been responding well to those. So, you know, things like that, and adjusting my posing has definitely made a difference as well. So,
and from the previous shows, it has helped you as well get the practice.
Yes, absolutely.
Cool. And now after Olympia, what are your goals?
I'm actually going to compete in Korea.
I saw that.
Yeah, so basically right when I get back, I gotta go to Korea.
So are you gonna get a little cheat meal here and there in Olympia?
Maybe just like a little refeed meal. But the funny thing is, I figured it out, I'm gonna be competing 3 times in the span of less than 1 week, because it's a 2-day show for Bikini at the Olympia this year. And then also Korea, because of the time change, it hops a day ahead. So I'm gonna be like basically go, 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 go. So no time for a cheat meal, but maybe a little refeed. Just gotta be safe.
How exciting.
Yes.
So now tell us because we had questions coming in through the Bikini Pro News Instagram. One of the question is, do you have any cheat meal weekly? Like, are you going into Olympia? Have you had any like cheat meals? Are you stopping cheat meals and you're just focusing on like prep 100%? How are you doing this prep now?
Well, it's a week by week basis. If I'm feeling like I'm looking too depleted, my coach will have me, do burger and fries or whatever. But I will say that he does play it safe. So he would never have me do a big cheat meal right before the show. If anything, I would just increase carbs or whatever. But different foods have different reactions on our bodies, and it's too big of a show to be playing that game.
Of course.
So I'd rather just play it safe.
Than sorry. Now, let's take it back to when you competed in 2015, 2016, and taking that long break. Did you miss the stage?
I did miss the stage. I did. And that's what I came back. I mean, I never announced that I retired. I never said I retired, but I just knew I needed a break, but I didn't know for how long. But it was at the 2017 Olympia where I went for the first time as a non-competitor, just working the booth, and I kind of was like getting that itch to compete. I was like seeing everybody compete. I was seeing everyone all tanned up and ready.
And people
but just the hype,
probably.
yes, and the hype of the show, and I was like, oh yeah, it's time. So I just decided then I needed to start prepping for my comeback.
And here you are.
And here I am.
Exciting.
Yes.
Now, questions like for bikini competitors out there that are starting or they're looking to get their pro card, what advice can you give them or do you have for them?
Sure. So every show is a learning experience. Even at my level, like I had mentioned, I'm still learning every show how I can improve. So it might be my hair, it might be my posing, it might be my conditioning.
Of course.
You know, every show I'm learning something new. And I think it's important for us competitors to take a step back. If we look at ourselves at the show, maybe you're disappointed you didn't win or do as well as you should have, but ask yourself, why didn't I do as well? And look at the person who won, ask for feedback from judges so that you can improve and make these adjustments to make the better, version of yourself next time. So be consistent, don't give up, don't expect miracles to happen. Like I said, I still don't ever expect to win. All I know is I'm going to do the best I can. And on the show day, if it works for me, that's great, but we never know. So,
good tip. And when you started prepping to compete for Olympia and you did these 3 last shows that you did, I know you mentioned you did it to get your feet back on stage and, to see how your body does, but was it something that you were excited to do, like in the sense like shows back to back, or do you have one show in mind and then you won and you're like, oh, let me keep competing?
That's a good question. I knew that I had to do a few shows for Olympia, regardless. And it was kind of like I said, a brave thing to do. I took some risks, but it was well worth it. And I was excited. It was kind of like a nervous excitement, though, because I had a lot to lose. I had a lot on the line, but it was well worth it. It was very exciting. I mean, I enjoyed my prep as hard as it was. It kind of showed me what real hard work is, because it was the hardest prep I've ever had to do. And they say the harder the struggle, the sweeter the reward. And I've been thinking about that quote a lot lately, and it really is true, because every single one of those wins, knowing that I had the hardest prep that I've ever had to do, it was like, wow, I won, and it just makes it so much more worth it, because like my hard work shows.
That is very true. And that's something that you can relay in each prep too.
Yes.
Like you said, each prep is different and you can't depend, I won my last one, so I got this show.
Exactly.
You're never sure.
Because every show brings a different set of competitors. So you never know.
Sure. And then another question they were asking was, when looking for a coach, what is it that you look for? Or what should you be considered to look for in a coach to compete?
I would say first and foremost, make sure that this person has experience with contest prep. It's important that your coach pays a lot of attention to you, and that you're not just like some number, and that, I think I see it a lot too, is like some people feel neglected, and that's no good. I think it's important to be on the same page with your coach and have communication open, and just feel that you can ask your coach anything, and that they're always in communication with you so that you know what's going on and they can help you.
And that's very important too, because especially in this industry, it's very important to be on point and to always have somebody to help you and be focused and feel motivated too.
Yes, absolutely.
Now, for training, are you training every day? Are you training a few days a week? How's your workouts going?
So right now I'm training about 6 days a week, and then I'll have 1 day of rest. Some days though are just cardio days, so I'll just do HIIT. Right now I'm really focusing on the glutes and the shoulders more than anything. So those are like priority areas. I might train those a few times a week rather than just once. But, like I said, I send in my weekly progress photos to Adam from Team Elite Physique, and we go from there, what I need to work on. If I should cut back the cardio, if I should add more. So that'll depend on how many days I'm working out.
Too.
Yes.
Perfect. And if we may ask, on your last show that you did, what was the judge feedback that you needed to improve?
Honestly, I asked for the feedback and they said just stay as is for now.
Great.
Like, you don't need to do anything drastic. Don't change much. You know, I think for me personally, I know I can do things better. I can fix my presentation. I can be a little sassier. I can do my hair a little better. So those are my personal critiques of myself. But physique-wise, they told me that, you know, I'm where I should be. So, you know, I think there was like a video that was going around too from NBC News Online, and it basically gave the judging criteria for bikini, and I think it's important that we follow that. And you know, just as long as bikini isn't getting too lean or too muscular, I think it's basically what we need to look out for. But yeah,
that's great news. So is there any message out there you want to give to anyone that's watching you, your fans that follow you? Because in Bikini Per News, every time we post you, we get amazing feedback, great comments and context. So all your followers that are watching us, any message or anything message-wise that you want to give to them?
Sure. So I'm sure a lot of people that are on your page are competitors. I'm sure a lot of people on your page are competitors themselves or looking to compete. And, you know, I just want to say that it's quite the experience. It really is. And just to savor every moment of it, because whether you win or lose, the process of it, making friends, like I met a lot of cool people through competing.
Of course. And
I have memories that are going to last a lifetime. So it's not necessarily about the outcome, but the journey itself. So if you're at a show or competing, you know, go out there, make friends, take pictures.
Enjoy the moment.
Enjoy the moment. Have a good cheat meal afterwards. Don't take it so seriously. You know, I think people get caught up on that number at the end. But does that number really reflect everything that you went through to get there and all the awesome times you had? You're in the best shape of your life. You learned a lot about your body. You know how to eat healthy. You know how to work out. Like, I think just, like you said, savor every moment because it's precious.
That was a really good and deep message as well. So that wraps it up.
Okay.
So thank you again for allowing us to have this interview, and everybody that's watching, stay tuned. Thank you so much for all the love and support. And once again, Ashley Kaltwasser, we look forward to seeing her on stage this year.
Thank you.